you doing? From whenever, wherever you may be watching, listening, this is The Yard Sign. Florida's original political podcast. And to my right, as always, was that even English? Florida's original political podcast. And to my right, as always, Anibal David Cabrera. How are you, sir?
My English not good looking, so I'm doing
Is that
good.
the meds?
That
You're on the meds.
You have no. I keep on forgetting how good our pharmacy system is.
Yeah.
When it comes to like, you're sick, you're down. Oh, take a little blue pill, and like you're like, okay, I'm back. Even though I need to leave like 12
you taking
hours.
the blue pills?
I mean, that's what the color is.
Does Lauren know you're taking the blue pill?
I realized. I walked into that one.
It's now on record on the internet
it's
forever.
A fuchsia color pill.
Oh yeah, no, they'll try to change it now.
I mean, my gout medicine is also in a blue pill. So.
Is that what we're calling it?
I mean, honestly, I looked at him like, this kind of looks like my gout medicine.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, I better keep these in the proper organization because also I don't remember the names of any of my medication. And that also pisses off my wife.
Right.
She's like, which ones are you taking? Well, there's a little white one and a one that looks like a crystal. And
Well, it's not like they're labeled either, which doesn't help.
But my English is really bad already. So it's not going to help when it's like 27 letters.
Yeah. Anyhow, glad you're feeling better. Glad you're back.
I am feeling much better. Thank you, sir.
Of course, our two, I don't know, associate hosts.
I guess.
Both, apparently have like work to do.
I don't understand. It's very convenient.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
So I don't know. They're on probation.
I mean, you were the one that talked to the Puerto Rican. I have yet to talk to him.
That's right.
on the actual podcast.
I know.
How was he last week?
You keep missing each other, and we're going to start thinking you're the same person.
I wish. I wish there was a fat bodysuit underneath this. Because Marco is a pretty good looking guy. So, like, I would.
Yeah.
None of this.
What's funny is his girlfriend came to pick him up after the show.
She's
funny.
amazing.
That was interesting.
She is quite amazing.
Well, I mean, is she Latina?
No, she's super Caucasian.
So it must be through osmosis or something because, okay, let me.
Was she late to picking him up?
No, well, okay. No, I mean let's not even, because I don't know what time they had arranged for her to come pick him up. All right, but let me set up this premise with you, who is married to an Anglo woman.
Yes, super Anglo, potatoes,
Right.
Midwest.
You tell her to come pick you up.
German at night. Yes.
Right. Tell me what that process is like. You walk outside. You know that she's on the way to pick you up. Once she gets here, what happens?
I get in the car and I leave.
Okay, see, that's not what happened with her.
Did she walk in?
Oh, she got out of the car.
Okay.
She parked.
Okay.
Got out of the car.
Okay.
And then made sure who he was socializing with.
Really? See, I have something that my parents, my dad and my grandfather,
I'm going to see what this podcast stuff is all
instilled
about.
in me was the fear of my significant other. And so like I have already given Lauren the brief description of who is on site and everything else. So there is a description already sent to her. And she already knows like who is
But that's what was cracking me up is
but
that
this is the first time she's probably met you, right? You've never met her before.
No, but it was one of those things where it was a very subtle, I'm going to make sure this is what he says it is. Like he didn't even get to say. He even told her. He goes, "Hey, I'm right there. We're just chatting. You know, I'll be right there." There's no.
Oh, she walks in.
She parked. Okay. No, because we were already outside.
Okay. So she parked,
but it was dark out.
She passed you guys.
So she drove in, parked, and then got out of the car.
Okay.
And then came in, to kind of survey the area.
I will say, if my wife didn't know you, then that might be the same situation that she would have.
Do you think so? I don't think so.
I don't know. They're not married either, so it's not. I don't know.
I think it's that Latina jealousy.
If Lauren was a Latina woman, she would be sitting in the corner.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Or like she'd be watching the baby in the living room.
It was funny because that's exactly the vibe that I got. Like I
don't think she's Latin. I think she's Anglo.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Now,
but it was funny.
That's a very Latino thing to do, is to check out the perimeter. Right. Like if we're running a speakeasy in the back of the room.
Were there any other women there? What's her name?
Just assumes it's another person there.
How do I know Anibal isn't a girl?
It's it happens all the time.
Producer. Who's your producer? Who's producing the show?
Who's that white man?
Who's the producer? Who? Where'd they come from?
Who owns this place?
Where'd you met them?
I don't understand. I need to see Sunbiz documentation.
Where's the W-2?
Oh, it's $10.99. How convenient.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Convenient.
$10.99.
Yeah.
That okay.
You don't have to pay any taxes on it. There's no record of it.
Oh, talking about situations like that, I got a nosedive into the whole sheriff situation in Hillsborough County with the plagiarism and like not doing things appropriately when it comes to doing.
You're dying to talk about the sheriff's office.
The only reason why is because I found out how it started was with the first officer's wife emailing Chef
right. Oh
Chronister.
no, yeah. It was a whole.
And it was a
like,
whole thing. I need you to be aware that this man did X, blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
it's a whole scorned wife situation.
Are they still married? Like, I want to know the social side of the situation now, because like if it's like. You have to be divorced after that. I don't know where you come back after. You destroyed his marriage,
his career,
and then like, and so I'm listening to this, and the only thing in my mind is like, hell has no fury than the scorn of a woman. Yeah, and I was like, she went like you cheated on her. She destroyed your career.
Just took him out and everybody with him.
And I think it's gonna be more. I think more. Wow. More people are gonna get dropped even further. I think now we're down to like up to like 7 people or 5 people that have resigned or quit because
originally it was 3.
It was 3. I think 2 more happened like a week ago, and more are happening now. And I'm like, who's this guy that took a test for all these people or like did homework? And I'm like, people are losing their careers off of this thing.
And they're
so asking
crazy.
they're asking for the governor to step in. And I'm like, but all I cared about was like, what initiated it and like how pissed she must be. Yeah. Because of it. And I'm like,
well, and again, like Chronister has been one of these guys, you know, again, we're friends with Chad.
We've seen him all the time.
Great guy. And he's done a great job as sheriff. But for some reason, he is polarizing, even though he does everything in his power not to be. But he is polarizing. And I'm not surprised that there's people out there trying to like capitalize on this and like want to steamroll him on this.
They were using it as leverage.
Sure.
To try to get rid of him.
Well, because they know that through the traditional means, which is an election, they're not going to beat him.
No, he's never going to get. He's done a great job getting his name recognition out there. The guys that run his campaigns do a great job. But at the moment, this is something that is definitely starting to hold some kind of like resentment in the people. But I don't think it's going to snowball any bigger, because as long as they resign, it is what it is.
Right.
So
how much more accountability do you want?
Unless you can find an email that like someone from his office is directing these people to find this person to cheat on. I mean, that's where the smoking gun is. But you cannot hold him accountable. Say, oh, he has to resign because of this. No, people are quitting and resigning because of it.
Right. Which is what should happen.
Yes.
You know, and he's doing it the right way.
I like that he's communicating, that they're constantly having large conversations in the public.
But there's obviously a very, very big problem there.
Systemic.
Yeah.
Because someone's passing this person around.
There's obviously some con game happening there where people are.
People are getting paid.
Yeah.
Or paying this person to do their work. Which I'm like, when did we get out of high school? Like, this is like,
sure,
you're taking like placement tests for someone to get into college. Like, and that was a huge
well, and that's the thing. Like, how relaxed is this testing environment that, you know, that they would be able to get away with this?
FBI. It's an FBI course.
Right.
And like someone, and again, it would never have been found out if there wasn't the scorn of a wife, which again is what brings down entire nations is the scorn or a shoe collection of a wife. That's pop culture right there, gentlemen.
Oh man! All right, well we squeezed. That was our bonus topic for the day.
Got it out of my system.
Thank you everybody again for watching The Yard Sign, theyardsignshow.com, and of course The Yard Sign on all your social media platforms. Although we're not on TikTok yet,
the TikTok.
But I think I'm gonna cave in, and I actually might change my profile.
Why would you
want my personal account?
Why do you want TikTok? Like, do we talk? Do we?
Dude, that's where the audience is, man.
For 14-year-olds,
that's where the people are.
I don't care about 14. If you can't
gotta
vote,
give the people what they want.
They don't want this. We're not talking about J-Lo's last
Trump
movie.
saved TikTok.
Were you
not paying attention?
We're not talking about why people are upset with.
I just love
Hollywood.
that Trump came right out and said, "Hey, I saved TikTok. You better come out and support me. You better get behind this train because I saved TikTok for you." Like, no shame.
What generation is that? Alpha?
I think that's what they're calling them. Yeah.
It's one of the most conservative generations in a lifetime, which I'm shocked and very happy with. Now, the breakdown between conservative men and women at like college age is starting to, like, the cavern is starting to really, really break out. However, and I saw this from like someone from earlier today, they're like, really, we're just one generation away of getting rid of Democrats because Democrat women don't want to have kids. And so really you just have to wait for them to die out. So it's an interesting conversation to be had. Because I think it was like having children for college students is like, for men, having a family, having kids, or having a wife is like top 3. Whereas women, it's like not even top 10. And you're like, what?
No, this new generation is so strange. We were talking about it after the last show because bars and nightclubs are
starting
collapsing.
to suffer, are suffering.
Yeah. I mean, I've got friends who are musicians who play at bars and nightclubs, and they're struggling because the owners of the venues are like, hey, nobody's coming.
No.
Nobody's showing up.
Have you seen all those new events for like 90s and 80s music happening? Daytime raves, which I love.
I do like the idea of the morning raves.
I can get out and done by 6 p.m. Don't tempt me with a good time.
What they're doing is the morning ones.
I haven't been to the morning ones yet. I've been to like the early afternoons that let out at like 10.
Mind you, I hate waking up early. But I mean, I'm doing it now for work.
You and Lauren hate mornings.
Oh no, forget it. I'd rather work till the sun comes up rather than wake up when the sun is coming up.
I'm working and then I'll go to sleep at like 4 or 5. Lauren, I'm sorry. I'll go to sleep around 4 or 5 o'clock and then I'll be up by 7 or 8. Take a shower, then go to work. I don't need many hours. Like me on these drugs, on the antibiotics, I'm getting like 10 hours of sleep. I know. I'm getting like it's not a little one either. It's a big blue pill.
I bet it is.
It's an antibiotic. And so I have to do like 10 hours of sleep. And I'm like, I hate getting 10 hours of sleep. And Lauren loves it. Lauren needs like 10 to 15 hours. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't.
Oh no, I grew up like being one of those kids that would sleep all day.
Oh.
No. Like I'd wake up at 11, 12.
No.
You know.
Your day is gone.
Yeah. And then I'd watch I would have my Back to the Future weekends where I'd watch all 3 movies back to back. So that's 6 hours. So by the time I finish watching those 3 movies, boom, ready for bed.
I will say Netflix has this thing when it comes to binge watching. Yeah. I just finished binging The Diplomat, the new season for that one. I binged a few other ones. We're going through Ted Lasso again. And I'm like, it's like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and you just finished. I'm like, I love it.
Bad. I finished watching The Extant, which had Halle Berry, and where she like goes into space and brings back like an alien and whatever. And anyhow, I could not stop watching that stupid show. And now I'm stuck on Newsroom.
Oh, I can't.
Which has been really funny.
I get so upset when they do the gun violence.
No, but it's been really interesting because now here we are 10, almost 15 years later. And to hear them talking about what was happening in 2012 in real time. Now knowing what we know, right? It's so different.
We get that with the West Wing. Like we're still talking about crap that they were talking about 20, 30 years ago.
No, but they were literally like this was like the Newsroom was happening during the 2012 election.
Yes.
When the Republican National Convention was here in Tampa.
Yes.
You know, and then they're talking about Santorum and they're talking about Perry.
It was too real. And I think that's what caused their problem because at least with the West Wing, it was like they were talking about today's problems, but they weren't putting people's names out there. Yeah, and like they weren't making it too real. Whereas the Newsroom was making it super real.
Yeah, and there were certain episodes of the West Wing that felt very sitcomish.
Yes.
Where like, oh, we solved this like horrible problem in one episode.
Yeah, but that's also Madam President, like when they did that, or Madam Secretary. That's what she was. Madam Secretary. And it was like the last season she becomes president. They solve world hunger. They solve nuclear perversity.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, guys, let's calm down. There are no real episodes here. What were we talking about, honestly?
None of our topics. I mean, for one. But at least you got your energy back.
Oh yeah, tiki talk. That's what we're talking about.
Which we weren't talking about. I don't know how.
I mean, you're controlling this boat, so I don't know what's going on.
I know. Well, you know, the reason I'm excited or motivated to do the TikTok account is because our shorts, and I mean like short videos, not the shorts I'm wearing.
You didn't wear pants again?
I don't wear pants anymore.
This is Jonathan.
So the short videos, the reels that we're doing are doing really well on YouTube.
Stop. I get our producer doesn't need to wear pants. But you are on
Nobody can see anything. Look.
I can see. I'm just happy.
I'm not dressing for you, sir.
No, you should be dressing for the audience. The people that we are serving.
They don't see. This is like network TV
So
here.
TikTok-
Like nobody sees beneath the table.
Okay.
Look, Mike's even pointing it out.
I see you. Why can't we have a standard?
I see you.
I see you.
I see you. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I will say I don't like the short reels, and the reason why I don't like the short reels is because I'm the one that's having to make the comments.
You're the one making all the sassy comments.
Eventually,
that go viral.
I'm going to say something. It's not going to be fun for me, and it's like it's going to blow up, and I'm not going to be happy about that.
I mean, I'm literally editing all of them. I'm not going to, jeopardize, our show here.
Lauren still loves it when I talk about Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Because I call him Cocaine Mitch.
Oh my God. Poor guy, man. Did you see him fall again the other day?
I did. I felt so bad about that. Oh, and they ran it so many times. I felt so bad because they were doing it on purpose. And you're like, you guys are just being assholes about this now.
But I mean,
however,
just like with Biden,
he's super old.
Just like with Pelosi, just like with God, who was the other person in Congress?
The one that literally died in Congress?
Yeah,
from California?
They just need to retire. They just need go away. Go enjoy your money that you've stolen all these years. Go, just let us be.
The federal government employment is one of the fastest growing economies because how quickly they get money.
If you're Nancy Pelosi or Mitch McConnell and you've made millions throughout your career off of the backs of the American government, why are you still in office at 80 plus years old, even 70 plus years old? Go and enjoy your money. Go retire. Go off to Epstein's Island. I don't, what I mean?
They closed it and sold it, so they can't go there anymore.
Go buy it.
One of them probably did, honestly.
I'm sure Pelosi can afford it.
Oh, they're worth so much money now.
Right. I don't get this. Why? They don't need to work into their 70s or 80s. Is the power that infectious?
Yes.
It's like Smeagol. It's like, it's like the ring is too precious.
Now I can't get that image out of my head either.
Smeagol?
Yeah.
Mal process. It's pretty good, right?
Oh, phenomenal.
Thank you.
So I know I can't find it right now, but I think the average age of Democrats in the Senate and the House is almost 15 years older than the Republicans, which I'm shocked about. And now with the new congressional seats they're about to get, which again we're not talking. These are none of our topics.
But this is why it frustrates me when you
Don't you dare bring this topic up. This causes problems every time we have this conversation.
This is the only thing I'm going to say about it. It's the only reason.
I'm going to stab you.
Term limits.
Every time we talk about this, you cannot. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it with Nancy Pelosi or anything else. However, I couldn't vote for them even if I wanted to. So the only people I can vote for are my local senators and my local congressmen. So, and I think we've done a really good job keeping them age appropriate, local appropriate. Everyone's really good, from Laura Lee all the way to honestly Kathy Castor. They're not 90, but they're also not 15 either. So
but again. Going back to that, if I'm Rick Scott and I think he has billions, right?
He does have
almost, maybe, no,
maybe $1 billion.
If I had Rick Scott money, the last thing I would do would be spending my every loving day in Washington, D.C. I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. The American dream is to make your money and go retire somewhere. Go find a beach or a mountain or something to die on.
Did you find it?
Only about anywhere from 500 million.
Yeah, that's about right. About half a bill.
Anything over $100 million is a little bit too much.
It's enough. It's not only enough for
1.7.
It's not only enough for you. It's enough for how many generations?
Again, all I'm going to say in regards to this is that we've done a really decent job of making sure that our senators and our congressmen in our region accountable. They are age appropriate, and again, we knew that Rick Scott, as soon as he jumped into the Senate seat, he was going to get that. I mean, he almost basically appointed himself into it.
But look, going back to Florida, it's like Bill Nelson, who's now over at NASA.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, A, you're not a real astronaut. B, why are you still working? Why are you 80 plus years old and still working?
Because they want the power. The ring has consumed them.
It is.
And it's not a ring. It's a pin.
Yeah.
That's what they
It
get.
is a
They
pin.
get a pin.
The pin. My precious the pin. It's so precious.
Okay. It's going to become a reel, and I'm going to get really upset about it. Because I don't even like... No, okay. Oh, I was about to say it. It's not that I don't like Lord of the Rings. I never got into the books. And the people that I know that are super into it are annoying as hell.
After the third movie, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
There was like additional ones too.
There's like 8 of them or something. And then now there's a TV show, and there's like, I don't know. There's all kinds of...
I couldn't get through all of the... was it...
Harry Potter?
Actually... The original ones I got into,
all 8, okay.
And then like the next few ones after that were kind of cool, and now they're going back and forth there. And I'm like,
I didn't watch any of the spinoffs.
I'm watching it because of her, because of J.K. Rowling, because like bitch got it.
You're one of those.
Bitch got that kind of money, and so I'm gonna watch. I know her story from when she was living in her car, and now she's like a billionaire.
Yeah,
and then people talk shit about her, and then she just drops
that
mics.
takedown of
Emma. British woman.
Emma
White
the
female?
British woman.
You wouldn't.
No, not Emma Stone.
Not Emma Stone.
The one who played Hermione.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah, no, it was really cool.
People know who we're talking about.
It was really cool what happened in that situation, because like if you have nothing to say, don't say anything. Don't be like the whole, well, we have to hold space for her.
The worst part is don't double speak.
Yes.
Because the internet is going to find out. And that was what she did. That's what pissed
everyone off.
It's that she said one thing to J.K. Rowling's face and then said something completely different to the media.
You have her number, call her. She created your career.
Yeah, right.
And you can't be grateful or just shut the hell up.
Right. Just shut the hell up.
Just shut the hell up. If someone gifted me when I was 12 years old a career that was making hundreds of millions of dollars,
I don't even think they were 12.
You know what I would do? I would shut up. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would take a page out of Dave Chappelle's book when it came to Black Bush and be like, well, if I didn't have an army, then you know what I would do? I would just shut the fuck up if I didn't have an army. But no, you keep on talking. Coffee on. Go sell some medicine in Central Park or something like that. But like, another reel. I'm done. I'm annoyed.
Did you see the hilarious video of the guy who played
I work all day, so
Ron Weasley?
Of course.
The guy who played Ron Weasley at the gas station?
No.
So somebody spotted him at a gas station. They were filming him, and then they finally, I think, called his name out or something like that. And he had just, the timing couldn't have been better. He had just finished pumping gas, and he was taking the hose out of the car, and they called out his name, Rupert Grint, and so he raises it, goes, "Expecto Petroleum."
He has not done of the 3. He's probably not the most famous.
No, he's done a few things though.
Yeah, but
nothing's really like.
Who was the fat kid that became like a sex symbol now?
Yeah,
I don't remember his name, but he was like a chubby,
right?
And like now he's like really
played
fit.
Neville Longbottom.
Yes,
yep.
And he's now done a great job in expanding his career. Yeah. Again, it made so many people that it brought a lot of people up into that position. So again, if you have to thank your career for someone, then you just shut the hell up.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Are we finally half an hour into the show? Are we going to get into today's topics?
Poppy, you're the one running this boat. I got nothing to do.
We're going to blow up that boat. That's what we're going to do. All right. Speaking of which, let's
best transition.
I know. It just laid it right up for me.
Sometimes you're really good at this.
Maybe like once or twice a year, but you know.
Was it a broken clock is right twice a day?
Exactly. Speaking of exploding boats, we're going to kick things off with Trump taking on Colombia, and not just Colombia as a whole. He's taking on the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, very smartly. It's a very different approach, I think, to what we typically see in foreign policy. He has basically called him out for being a former terrorist, called him out for aiding and abetting the drug dealers in Colombia, aiding and abetting the Venezuelan dictatorship with Maduro and previously Chavez. And really, worsening the situation when it comes to the drug cartels in South America. In fact, under his presidency, over the last, I think, 4 years, the number of guerrilla groups in Colombia, I think, has almost tripled or quadrupled even. It's something insane. And look, Trump's getting bored. and that is not good for anybody.
I think things have calmed down now that he can focus on the construction work that's happening in the East Wing, which again is a whole different conversation. We're going to talk about that later.
Right.
However, I do believe now that like he sent, this sounds horrible, he sent a bunch of his Jews to Israel to fix it. A lot of developer Jews from New York to fix Israel. And we're going to figure out how many high rises are going up into Gaza.
Right.
And I think that's getting worked out. There's going to be shots fired. It is what it is. It is Israel. But now that's kind of done, and that's focused on something else. The economy is waving a little bit.
Ukraine Russia is also...
Yeah, it's kind of working itself out now, too. And so now, like, what else he's going to do? He's already gotten permission to send troops to, like, Memphis. So that's working out great. And, like, they're saying okay to bring them into, like, I think maybe even Philadelphia, Detroit. So there's another city that they're talking about it.
No.
Chicago's no. Portland is no. California's no.
He might actually be pulling back on San Francisco, I heard.
I heard that San Francisco's been doing a great job also with that, the way they've been working. So, like, what was it? The U.S. citizens have more belief, like 23% when it comes to crime, that the Republicans are the ones that are going to be able to solve it. And, like, I don't know what Democrats are doing. Like,
nothing.
They're so in the wind.
The problem is that for decades they have done nothing, and now that somebody's holding them accountable, because the voters don't hold them accountable. The voters in Chicago, San Francisco, all these different cities don't hold them accountable come election time, and so now we have a president who's holding them accountable, and so now smartly. The San Francisco mayor saw what happened in these other cities. He goes, "Oh, hold on. Give me a minute to try to work on this. Give me a minute to try to fix this."
Communicating with the White House.
Miraculously.
Communicating.
Yeah. No, and then supposedly they were going to go back to Portland. And apparently, as soon as they got word that they might come back to Portland, all of a sudden, the Antifa presence in front of the ICE building disappeared. They had people out there cleaning the streets. They had people out there fixing things. The homeless people were all gone. I mean, it's because, again, he has demonstrated that when he says that he's going to do something, he does it. And the last thing they want, because they've seen the polling.
They've seen the polling.
And they're seeing that it's working for him.
I saw this on the that podcast with the 4 really rich guys. I keep on seeing
the PBD,
yeah,
Patrick Bet David,
they were talking about how because they live in San Francisco because of the tech industry and everything else, that they had a huge effort to getting the attorney generals kicked out of those districts because they weren't prosecuting.
Right.
And so then they started the prosecutions and everything else. And so that's something that they've been working on, getting someone in there to actually prosecute all these people. Right. And it's been working because it's working in that situation. Now you have a situation where I agree with you. I think the president doesn't know what to do next, honestly, even though there's a lot of things on the hopper, but he has people that we all thought, that everyone thought was going to be a joke, that they couldn't fix it when it came to Pam Bondi. Oh, like, she's just pretty. Or when it came to the FBI and everything else. And you're like, no, we know who they are because we worked with them during all these years. So we knew when she got in, she was going to fix things. When they got into the FBI, they were going to fix things. And now, like, oh my God, the Treasury Secretary and Ecom, like, it's insane that they can speak. And they can fight, and
they're not afraid to push back.
Marco Rubio's doing like 4 jobs now. Like, he is the most Hispanic person that I know now with all his jobs.
The quote of the week from him this week, which is making the rounds now, is he was in a quick little press junket there with the president, and they asked about our topic. They asked, what's the deal with the bombing of the boats, and how long are we going to continue doing that? And he goes, look. If you want us to stop bombing boats, then stop sending boats full of drugs. I mean, it's like that simple. I mean, because, it's like, and Democrats want to say, oh, well, there's no receipts. There's no evidence.
Oh, the massacres on the seas. And I heard that today. Like, the massacres on the sea.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You hit the boat, and it's literally raining white flour everywhere.
No, and all of a sudden, like, these fishermen, like, fish on speedboats?
No, you've never been to Dominican Republic. You've never been to a Hispanic country on a port city.
The real fishermen, like those boats look like they could barely make it out of a They look like they could barely survive in a swimming pool, much less the ocean. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Right.
And that's why the moment I saw them, we're Hispanic, so it's sad to say this, but we know the difference between a tourist boat and a drug boat, because it has 6 engines in the back. They are speeding as quickly as possible to get where they need to go, or it's a submarine. I've seen submarines. With drugs.
Right.
And so like the moment I see it on TV and they're about to hit it, I'm like, oh, of course. What civilian is traveling with 9 or 10 engines with nothing but like a bunch of like bags of stuff on? I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Square grouper.
Square grouper. Oh yeah. Oh, they're going kingfish hunting.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're doing. That's stupid. And so now there's all these massacres on the seas and everything else. It's so inappropriate. I'm like, y'all are fighting the wrong. It's like fighting for like transgenders in the bathroom. It's the wrong episode to be talking about this.
Well, Petro, again, the Colombian president, Petro came out after one of the bombings of those boats, and saying like, oh, those were fishermen and those were innocent civilians, and like and Trump's like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Now this was after, and this is what started this is what I think really pissed Trump off. Petro came, and while he was at the United Nations, not only did he speak against the United States at the United Nations, which that's a quick way to get on the list, but he also went to a Palestine rally.
Yes.
And spoke out against the United States, and he told, this was his message. He was speaking to the American military. He said to those in the American military, do not listen to your president. Turn on your president. He's leading you astray. Are you insane?
That's so rich for a South American leader to talk about the military not listening to its government.
Right.
That is so rich.
Oh, yeah.
In this situation. And it's talking about the Economist, Colombia has finally drawn Donald Trump's ire. There are other talks about how this is what happens when you have an unhinged leader at the UN talk from Colombia. And like, these are just larger conversations of like, just don't now you have him focused on you. So of course now you're going to be in the sun for the next 2 weeks if this keeps on going, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a leader, and your own country is trying to get rid of you.
Well, not only that is that the socialists, communists, because unfortunately I have a cousin who's married to one who supports this president in Colombia, is saying, oh, well, because I told him, I said, you realize that the United States is going to pull all of its money out of Colombia, and sanctions are going to start against your economy. He goes, oh, well, that's fine. We have China. I'm like, China's taking over your country. Do you realize they're owning your country? Like, we were an ally. We were stimulating your economy. And you think China's the answer to all of this? Because, of course, they hate Trump.
You're going to become a vessel state. That's what Colombia is going to become. Because we've already seen it from other countries that took on China with all of their
Venezuela, right?
Sierra Leone has become a vessel state and then bankrupt itself because of it. And you just see the stupidity of it all. Don't get me wrong. We're not, as Americans, going into other countries, doing business, getting material, we're not saints in any of this. However, we feel that if your economy is booming, that means you can buy more of our products, and we're trying to buy more of your products.
We're not going in there like saying like, okay, we'll build you a bridge, but we're also going to own it in perpetuity.
And we're also going to bring our own workers to build the bridge there as well. And that's what happens to all of these South American countries, that you think you're gonna have a great train to get you from point A to point B, but none of your people are gonna build it. None of the technology you're gonna be able to benefit from it. You're gonna pay a 100-year lease to figure it out, and odds are they're still charging you to build it. So it's like, what is going on? But no, this is nice and shiny, and this is the reason why a lot of Hispanic countries, these guys only get 1 term. Because the corruption is so bad in those countries that this is what happens every single time. And we see it. We hear it from our people, our friends and family that are at church, and like they're all coming from those countries, from family members and get-togethers. Like, we hear about this all the time. And like, these older Hispanics try to warn the younger generations that were born here how bad communism is and socialism is, because they destroyed the countries that we wave flags from.
Well, and look, and this is why we understand, I think more so than most, how complicated the immigration issue is.
Yes.
We realize why these people are coming here.
Yes.
We realize why they are making the sacrifices, because they are major sacrifices that they're making to come to this country legally, illegally, by any means necessary. We fully understand that.
No one's trying to break into China.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, you need to understand that at some point it's time to fix your own country.
Oh, the brain. This is why I have a huge. We've had these conversations that the brain drain that occurs in Central and South America because your brightest and your most willing to develop just get tired and they move to the States because they have enough infrastructure or they have enough wealth to do it or they're desperate enough to do it. And then you have the people that are left over that are just trying to survive every single day.
Let me tell you what's going to exacerbate that problem is the population decline that a lot of countries are seeing. So we're seeing it here in the United States, but we have a very robust immigration system. We have no shortage of people wanting to come here.
And our birth rate is still like around 2.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's okay. Yeah.
But like, for example, Canada,
falling apart.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are they doing? They're saying, hey, if you come to Canada and you pursue an education, even if it's a secondary degree, tertiary degree, whatever, like we'll give you a residency and then we'll give you citizenship. And, so that's only just spinning that wheel.
And even then it's a springboard to come to the States.
Right.
Like that's the crazy part. They'll go into Canada because they know it's easier and they'll get the perks.
Right.
And then they'll just move to the United States. And it's like, okay, you get to educate them and then they come here. And it's such a crazy conversation to see how that is working because you see some Nordic countries thought that in the 90s and 80s that if we just bring people to come into the country, we won't have a population issue. Well, now I think it might be Sweden or Switzerland that like almost 22 or 30% of their country is foreign born.
Right.
And that's a huge problem because you're going to lose the fabric of your nation.
Right.
And you have other countries like Poland and other parts of Germany that are starting to fight back on this situation.
Losing their culture.
But like, that's why you have a controlled immigration process. You just don't open the floodgates to 10 million people during a one-term cycle. And that's what happens in this situation. And now with Trump, who again is not a real politician, how long have we been talking about the border?
Right.
Years.
Right.
And it took him one cycle to fix it. Not even a full year. We're not even a full year into his term.
Well,
that's the crazy part right now.
And this is why I think, honestly, the DC politicians and the political elite hate Trump the most is because he's pulled back the curtain and say, see, this isn't that hard. If you actually do what you say you're going to do and you actually focus on it and you actually implement policies and you implement directives that are going to address the problem, we can fix things.
Again,
I mean, it didn't even take him a year to fix the immigration problem.
Jonathan, we're not even a year into his administration. Like, I am so tired of having, like, every week there's something else happening.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he had 4 years to kind of figure out what he wanted to do in his next term.
Right.
Which I'm like, that is a great strategy.
Well,
honestly.
not only that, now you know
you know how to get around everything.
Exactly. You know the racetrack, you know what I mean? And so now he had 4 years to simmer and realize what he did right, what he did wrong. And how to subvert the bureaucracy, that is in DC.
You want to shut down the government? Okay, let's shut down the government.
Yeah.
I want a clean CR. You won't give me that? I guess we're going to start firing people.
And again, who has noticed? Who has noticed?
My light is still on.
Why? Because again, and this is actually the point that I always make. People don't realize that it's actually your local government that you depend on the most.
Yes.
It's not the federal government.
No.
And so the fact that the federal government is shut down, who cares?
There are some, I saw it today, like some people's like court like rulings because they're suing the United States government is being betrayed.
Of course.
And like that makes sense what's going on. However, I mean, if Trump can still figure out how to pay the troops.
But for the average person out there,
like all these other people like going through other, like he's figuring it out.
Right.
Because again, why was a clean CR not a problem in March, but it's a problem now? And like, and it's like every Republican is voting to get it in.
Because what's in it?
But we have to get Democrats. What's not in it. And we have to get Democrats. Well, we're not going to do it and blah, 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 blah. Bro, you want people that are illegal to get free healthcare as well? Like that, Americans don't like that. And again, he's not suffering compared to what he did last cycle.
Yep.
So you're like, this is tough for them. I don't know what's going to happen with the Democrat Party because if they lose again in the midterms, because people are pissed off at them.
The polling is already turning against them.
It's going to be so
leading
good.
up to the midterms.
It's going to be so good. I'm so looking.
And I have my staple of liberal commenters in my Facebook account.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
You play with
my
them.
Regulars.
You push more buttons with them. Yes.
Yeah. I do do it because it helps me understand where they're coming from, what points they're making, like what is is it, right? What's making them tick?
We've talked about this. I purposely watch some of this stuff on like Facebook and YouTube, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to this anymore, but I need to know what they're thinking or understand like where they're coming from, and it pisses me off. But I'm like, I gotta do it. As someone that it like wants to be informed about the opposite, I have to deal with the pain of listening to The View, and it is so annoying. However, you have other people that make comments and commentary, so you get to hear what their positions are. And I'm like, you guys are idiots. How on earth are you guys going to win another like national election? California was the reason why we did the redistricting, because they got pissy.
Right.
And now every other Republican county and state is doing it now. And you're like, they're losing so much more, because Louisiana the governor can automatically do on his end. But in California, you have to get the voters to vote for it. And there's a whole commission and everything else. And like, you were just talking, and no one's talked about it. And I'm like, this next cycle is going to be bad.
Well, what's funny is that they're trying to use these special elections that have happened around the country as a litmus test for the midterms. And I go, you don't understand. We've been down this road. Republicans don't show up for special elections. They barely show up for municipal elections, which is why the cities are run by Democrats. Okay, and I know that's like your favorite topic.
12%. Not even. I think it was 8%. No, 6%.
They don't show up for these elections, and so that is not.
5. District 5 only had. Oh my God! You were able to get on the ballot with like 1,200 votes, and we as Republicans couldn't get it together. Oh, we had 4 people running. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Go. But not California.
No, so they're claiming they're trying to, and this leads into one of today's topics, but they're trying to use this as kind of like a motivator for, you know, the midterms,
pushing their
and it's like no, you don't understand. I was like, Republicans are going to come out in the midterms and they are going to finish the job.
The Princess of Arizona, Meghan McCain, with her new really black sunglasses. So now she looks, and like, she no longer has the big hair. It's all tied back with glasses, because she is an intellectual now. Said it best. She's like, look, vote for Mandami, whatever his name is, in New York. Yeah. Push him to all your candidates around the country. You really think people in Phoenix are going to vote the way people in Manhattan are going to vote? No. Right. And so, like, do it. She's like, do it and see how bad it gets in the midterms, because no one wants that. Everyone understands that rent control is the stupidest thing ever, because you don't know because New York has done this like 4 times already.
There's probably like 2 or 3 cities, maybe 5 at most, where you could pull off a candidate like Mamdani,
and they're both on the east and west coast,
right?
And they're already blue, so it doesn't matter to us.
It's the same reason why AOC as a national candidate is never going to happen. No. You know, my friend's like obsessed with her.
But yes, I want.
Please. Oh my gosh,
please.
I want to see her get destroyed in a debate so badly.
Who's that one Texas congresswoman that everyone hates right now? The African American one. Her district is getting destroyed. Anyways, she says that she's going to run for Senate in Texas, and I'm like, go for it, boo boo. Yeah. Go for it. I would love to see that.
I don't know why I was thinking Jussie Smollett. I know her name starts with a J, but I can't.
Hey, we're getting Santos back. Santos got out of prison.
I saw that. Did you send him flowers?
No, we sent him. We didn't send him flowers. We sent him the wife and I sent him something else.
My god.
We met with him for a few times before he won his first time he ran. Yeah, and then he ran again and he won. Right, and again it was strictly because of the coattails of the president of President Trump being on the ballot. But he's out now. Let's see what he does. I'm very excited to see how that train goes.
All right. So to wrap up our first topic, almost 45 minutes into the show, so
I'm living my truth.
Well, again, after what he did at that protest and calling for the American military to step up against President Trump, he pissed off Marco Rubio. Mm-hmm. So Secretary Rubio, which is weird to say, pulled his visa. Mm-hmm. And I told my socialist communist relative, I said, that's just the beginning. You don't understand. That's just like, oh, hey, you're on our radar now. That was a warning shot.
Like, if it was if the Secretary of State, and I'm going to be racist, if the Secretary was white, that would just be it, and we wouldn't do anything else. Yeah. However, we're Hispanic, and you can't just poke that bear and not be like that's. It's our backyard. South America is our backyard, which means that we are going to make sure it hurts,
Right.
and you lose your office, and it's going to become a thing.
Marco Rubio has been working on this. People don't understand. Marco Rubio has been working on this for 15 years. From the time he was in the Senate up until now, this has been the focal point of why he has wanted to move up within the government.
We've sat in meetings with him talking about South and Central America and immigration policy. Like, these are things that he's been talking. This is why it's so moving so quickly, because we've been talking about this for years.
Right.
And now he's the perfect person to be in the position that he is in, now having 3 or 4 offices of command, which is like a run for JD Vance is like vice presidency moving into presidency. Because I'm excited for that race. I am so excited because it's going to be
Part of me, because we've
talked about this
with our former producer. I was having this conversation the other day, and as much as I would love to see them go head to head, part of me just wants to see them like unite like the Super Friends, and like let's just go. Like it doesn't matter who's at the top of the ticket. Let's just go. Honestly, think about it.
We've talked about this.
If Trump, because don't want to lose momentum.
No.
Being that Trump can't be reelected. And how do you keep that momentum?
They are really attacking Vance now.
They're
going very hard into Vance.
Because they're starting to hate him just as much as they hate Trump.
They attacked his wife earlier.
Right.
Like, it's really pissed off Lauren.
So you go a Vance Marco ticket? Come on now. Come on. Game over.
And then
who's going to go against that?
I mean, we could see.
Do you even need to be like the Democrats? Yes, we need a primary. We're going to hold a primary. But do you really need one?
We believe in democracy.
Yeah.
We
know somebody's going to go out there and spend their money anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Someone's going to jump in.
Right.
Like, that has a few $1 million, they're going to jump in. However, I don't disagree with you. I don't think Marco Rubio is going to become president just because of his height situation. But that's just a vanity thing.
But that's what I'm saying.
What's going on there.
He would be vice president.
But I think he can become vice president. I think he can become president after that. His kids are
after that.
After that. But then that's another 14 years of Republican rule. Like, that's going to be crazy. But the reason why I think it's going to happen is because I don't think Democrats have a way to figure themselves out. They have yet to have a Tea Party revolution inside their party that doesn't bring them all the way to the brink of destruction when it comes to Democrats are losing. Even when we were going through it, we weren't losing the voter registration battle. It was still neck and neck. Now it's fallen off a cliff from them in the 32 states that reports voter registration for the parties. It's fallen off a cliff. They're more independent in a lot of places where there are Democrats now, and it's getting worse and worse for them because they're not dealing with the issue that no one is leading the party, and no one is and they're letting the kids run the asylum, and it's just getting worse and worse. And you're watching it, and you're like, guys, find a topic and figure it out.
Well, the thing was, and I saw a great video on this online, explaining this whole thing. And these were Democrats talking. They said what happened is that when President Obama got elected, and they thought that they had won the championship of identity politics. They thought that when it came to that game, they had won. That's it. Game over on identity politics. They were going to be in office for a long time. And what they never counted on was that identity politics completely flipping on its head and turning against them.
You know this, that he was the worst president for local Democrat parties.
Oh, yeah.
In history, because he didn't campaign nationally in those really.
He didn't foster the bench.
Exactly.
He didn't win.
There's no bench.
No bench.
Which is why I think Florida does such a good job, which goes into your position when it comes to term limits, is that because the way our system here in Florida is that you have to make or break yourself within those first 4 cycles.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you wash out. And if you do, you get elevated. So Florida's constantly bringing up new players, new people. The bench is always refilling itself because there are the term limits when it comes to the Florida local politics. And then you go into federal and everything else. So I think we have, as Floridians, I think we're above 22 million people living in the state. Tampa to the other side of Orlando is going to become one big city. It's absolutely insane. Like the mega cities that are coming from Florida to what's that one city off the coast north of where they shoot the rockets?
Jacksonville?
No, it's
Ponte Vedra?
It's north of Port Canaveral.
St. Augustine?
No, that's too far north. Anyways, the maps show that it's going to be from St. Pete. All I-4 corridor is just going to be one big city.
Daytona Beach.
And it's going from there. Yeah, I know. And then you have now already it's Miami, Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale. Like that's all one. There's no break in the city. So the Florida is going to become one big and really. And so we're seeing that now. The amount of power that Florida is going to have. Miami has a stock exchange now. Like it's getting to a point that it's building and building.
Crazy.
And again, you and me know that Miami and North Cuba is the financial, cultural, and like economic capital of South and Central America. There is none of that in those parts.
Right.
So everything filters up into the States and then filters out. And so the power that Florida is having is great, which is why a Marco Rubio situation is Florida having a president that didn't move down here for tax purposes is primed to happen. And I think it really is. It's going to become our time when it comes to leadership.
Well, and somebody that you think is eventually going to be very representative of the state, whereas like, it's funny because it kind of reminds me of my high school. My high school was demographically one way when I started there, and then by the end, 4 years later, it was completely different.
Correct.
So while we were very much a Rick Scott state, 4 years ago or 8 years ago, like that's not the Florida. That's not the representation of Florida anymore.
And even to go a step further, you can't even say the Hispanic part of it because, again, you get a Puerto Rican and a Cuban politician running in the same position, it's going to cause problems.
Right.
So and even then, because a lot of Hispanics are second, third, they're moving into the second generation, third generation.
Yep.
It's not going to be, and I don't want to use the word like filtered, but it's going to be, they're marrying a Blanco, they're marrying a Mohead. Like that's going to start happening.
Very Americanized.
It's getting very Americanized. And so it's a great melting pot when it comes to the state of Florida.
Right.
And again, we have it's super diverse from North Cuba to old people and Naples to the I-4 corridor where people are constantly coming in, and then everything north of Gainesville is southern Georgia, and so like you have that situation, and then the Panhandle, and then it's a great mesh of people that have worked really well together.
It is the litmus test of the country.
Yeah.
Demographically, and well, all that to say, the damage. To believe of all people that Trump has done to the Democratic Party is just like the damage that he's done to the White House. Hey! There's our segue. Do you ever watch The Gaines? Chip and Joanna Gaines? What was their show called? The one where they would like fix the house and Fixer Upper.
I'm not a woman, so I don't know.
Oh, come on. Those shows are great.
I go to sleep during them. I don't know what he's talking about.
So on this show, basically, they would have this couple that would pick a house, and it was going to be the house that they were going to fix her up, right? They're going to flip it.
Oh, wow.
Not flip it, but they were going to fix it, and
get to the point.
Because they got it on the cheap. Anyhow, every episode.
Where are they getting houses in the cheap?
This was in Waco, Texas. Okay.
Oh, that couple.
Yes, the Gaines.
No, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
About. Are they white?
Yes, of course. Well, she's like half Asian, but anyways, every episode, once they picked the house, they would have demo day, which means that the construction crew would come in and basically gut the house.
Yeah.
And destroy everything because it was all going to get remodeled anyways.
I get it.
So we have our White House demo day.
I love. Don't get me wrong. The moment I saw it on television, I was like, "What the hell's happening?"
Yeah,
because I kind of didn't remember. And then I'm like, "Oh my God, they're doing that to the White House." And then I thought to myself, "That's not what the White House looks like."
That was one of those things where I was like, until I see it, I'm not going to believe it's happening.
And so I already knew. I remember sitting in a convention room in Washington D.C. with the Trump family, and they were talking about it. And this was this is a while ago. So this was already in his mind that this needed to happen because I've been to the state dinners, and you're in a tent. It's like a fancy wedding, and you're like, why are we in a tent? Well,
whereas Mar-a-Lago has a massive ballroom.
Yeah, because you can't fit 120 people comfortably in any of the rooms in the White House. It's too small, and we're a great power, so we have to get a tent every single time. God forbid it rains. And so the fact that we're doing this, the fact that
they never show that though.
No, they never talk about it because now again, what your reference was like, the internet is always going to bring itself up. And then you have people commenting of like, oh, the construction work that happened during the Obama administration of $370 million being spent on this taxpayer funded money on this construction of this new wing, whatever. And they're all happy about it and giddy about it. Oh, it's because it's the president, blah, blah, blah. And then those same people are talking like if we are destroying a national monument.
Right.
And you're like, and I think to myself when I saw the demo, I'm like, that doesn't look like the White House, because you know what the White House looks like.
Sure.
And so they zoom out and you're like, you can see the White House and like, oh, this must be the West Wing or the East Wing.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Because we hardly ever see the East Wing.
No one sees it. It's on the other side. There's some offices in there of the economy, blah, blah, blah.
Well, not only that, but I mean, I was explaining to producer Mike before the show, part of the area that looks the worst is just like a hall. It's an open hallway. It's a corridor between two parts of the White House. It's just a hallway. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It looks terrible because of all the the destruction that's happening. But it's like a patio basically.
It's not the White House. Like I don't you.
Well, pull it up. We actually got producer Mike here all set up to do the.
But it frustrates
graphic.
me because
hey, it's like the Matrix. We're like,
I remember
go
that.
to
that Facebook
there we
picture.
go.
There we go.
All right.
That was 20 pounds ago. Okay. So you can see
most people never see the White House from this side because it's the back.
Correct.
Right. So when you go visit the White House, you're actually on the front side, on the north lawn where the fountain is, and the media is typically set up on the top, which is in the center of this picture, but that little kind of yellow stripe, that's the beach where all the media sets up.
Yeah.
And then the public that does the West Wing tours, I'm sorry, not the West Wing tours, that do the White House tours, they come in, but they're in that front kind of like driveway area.
So if you see where the demolition work is being carried out is the awning of where the East Wing is. It's not where the Oval Office is. The Oval Office is in the West Wing, and that's where all the larger offices for a lot of the people that are working in the government in the White House are there. And if you've ever seen the West Wing, that's all there when it comes to the media room, when it comes to all the big conference rooms, they're all in there. And I think you can see the swimming pool from in that corner, and you can see where the Oval Office is. Like people think the Oval Office is inside the White House. It's not. It's in the West Wing.
I think right by the West Wing is also like that square there is the Rose Garden, isn't it?
You can see
not the white square.
So if you look underneath West Wing, you'll see that white awning. That's where the Oval Office is.
I know that. I mean, I'm saying that piece of rectangular grass that's right there next to the West Wing, like coming towards the residence. I think that's what was considered the Rose Garden.
Yeah, I know that he fixed it. You know why he fixed it? Do you know the reason why?
No.
It's because women's high heels were getting stuck in the grass.
It was just grass.
And so he's like, okay, no, let's fix it to where it's a little bit firmer. And people lost their minds.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, but he's like, he's the one paying for it.
It's like, it's grass.
It's so crazy because they have nothing else to do.
Right.
And so you're arguing because he wants to put in a ballroom. Oh, people are suffering and dying. People are suffering and dying with all the other renovations, from building the swimming pool to the tennis course to the basketball course to the bowling alley to the movie station. And so the fact that we're getting a Versailles style ballroom
not only
that's going to fit 200, 300 people in, it needed to happen.
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised Reagan didn't do it because all the parties he threw in the White House and Obama too.
Whole different conversation.
I mean, Obama also threw tons of parties in the White House.
It was in a tent. That's the problem. It was in the South Lawn tent, and it looked ridiculous.
Some of it, yeah.
And I think now that we're getting a proper ballroom, they're saying, "Oh, it's going to be bigger than the White House." I'm like, shut up. And let it happen.
You don't even need to have that much space to hold a few hundred people. I mean, look at the Pepin Center.
Oh, that's a great center. Yeah, and
it's
you can
not
hold a lot of people.
It's not that big, and it holds like 500 people. That's enough.
That's all it needs to be.
That's plenty.
And so the renderings for the ballroom for the new White House it looks beautiful. It's 90,000 square feet. It has a seating capacity of 650 people, and it can increase an additional 200 for seating in the east room of the White House. I think this is a fabulous thing that's going to go on. The list of people that are the ones contributing to this, a lot of tech, a lot of everything else, it's already been released from the White House, and so you can see who who's paying for it, and then people are getting upset at who's paying for it.
Well, and every president and first lady has always left their mark on the White House in some form or another.
Yes, they're making it sound like they're destroying the actual building.
Of course they are.
And so I just feel so annoyed that this is what we're talking about, which again is pissing people off because there are other issues that need to be had.
I mean, it's historical, right? Because obviously this building is going to be that way for a long time.
Yeah.
Now the Rose Garden may not survive very long.
Also, I don't know how much more gold can be put in the
Oh my God.
in the White House. There's a
Like
lot
going to Mar-a-Lago, you realize the obsession with the gold is pretty real.
but it's nice. Like I've been to Mar-a-Lago, and I think it's very classy. It's not
just
tacky.
it's borderline, like just enough.
Oh, it's borderline Versailles. It is.
It's like
borderline.
It's like right on the line. It's like almost too much.
But that's what he wanted. And again,
No,
he's
I
the
know.
president. He can do what he wants. And it's
But again, for the right events, I mean, it's a gorgeous facility. It's a gorgeous venue.
He knows how to host, and he knows how to run a room in an event.
Yeah.
And those events are where you build the relationships and the friendships of the foreign powers. And so you have what's happening in Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and they're building these huge buildings for these events. Like that already happens all over the world. Russia has a huge place where they do their medias. And I think we needed something to, not even to compete, because when you walk into the White House, it's overwhelming and it's very intimidating. And it was designed to be intimidating.
Yeah.
So like when the Oval Office was designed to throw you off as someone that's not there every day, because it's done on purpose. Even the way the city was built.
But even when they've performed inside the White House, like you can tell they're like all crammed in there.
Yeah.
Especially with today's media, you know, there's so many members of the media, and there's so much equipment that needs to go in there, and I mean, again, it's not a functional space.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for it to get built. I'm excited to see it. I'm very excited to be at an event, and it allows more people to get invited to these.
Excited to have my birthday party there.
I mean, it's gonna be fun. The catering is gonna be amazingly expensive.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. So, you know, we'll see. I mean, again, not the worst thing they've put in the White House. Bowling alley. You know, but hey, look, it's a practical space. You know, it's not even, if it were like some kind of an ego thing, like a basketball court, you know, I mean, I'd say, okay, you know, like they've got a point, because who the hell's going to use a basketball court at the White House?
Definitely not Trump.
You know, I'm surprised he hasn't put a driving green out there.
I think they have something already in the White House like that. Also, he goes
Probably a virtual
yeah,
one.
but I will say, I think what would be the best in this situation would be for them to either probably get rid of the swimming pool or something like that. You know, Trump isn't going to do any of that stuff, so there's no reason to have it.
No, but I mean, whatever. It's there. You know what I mean? I mean,
no, I'm excited. Okay, let's move on.
So, all right. Thank you again, everybody, for watching the Yard Sign. My goodness, Florida's original podcast, political podcast.
Most
Anibal
important,
David Cabrera.
Irrelevant.
The most important. I know you used to hate that.
I love it now. It's so true.
Florida's original political podcast, Anibal David Cabrera. Yours truly, Johnny Torres. Thank you so much for watching, listening, whenever, wherever you may be doing so. If you haven't done so yet, regardless of what platform you're currently watching this on or listening to this on, you can find us on all the other platforms. Okay, so definitely follow us, like us, subscribe us on all the platforms, so that way you never miss an episode. And again, we're putting up lots of clips on YouTube. We'll certainly announce if we get the TikTok account up and running. I think it would do well, despite what Anibal says, but he's not on TikTok, so who cares?
Sorry, I do not care.
Anibal may not be on TikTok, but Anibal will be on TikTok.
I'm not allowed to be on TikTok. The wife,
but you're going to be on
TikTok. The wife has given the wife has given strict instructions that I'm only allowed to be on one social platform at a time, and that is the Facebook.
I told you to watch out with them dating apps.
I never went on any of those. Did you?
I did.
Is that how you got Lindsay?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. Treading on water.
Yeah, right. Slowly leaking out personal information.
I found Lauren with Jesus.
Doxing me, I get it.
Are they allowed to dox non-white people?
No.
Okay.
That's racist. All right, let's go into today's final topic, and it's a good one. We, of course, are celebrating our independence year round now, thanks to the Democrats who have chosen to take on the mantle of celebrating our democracy and our lack of kings by creating a little protest that we now know as No Kings. I thought originally maybe they were talking about the Latin kings, maybe it was like a gang thing,
blood and
they were trying to get rid of, maybe like some gang warfare stuff. Oh no. Apparently they have it out for Charles. That's what it is.
That's what it is?
That's what it is.
Okay. I thought now that his son gave up the duchy, the Duke of Kent or Duke of something. Like he gave it up because of the whole Epstein thing blew up in everyone's faces again.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was the thing, but evidently it was.
Oh no, you would think that it was about the
royal family.
Epstein and Prince Andrew being a pedophile, basically.
There's a lot of them that are pedophiles, but we're not going to get into this conversation right now. I will say this: I think that it was great to see all these old white people rallying for really old white people. Getting out, getting some sun, getting out of the basement. I thought it was very appropriate for them to do some exercise, not wearing masks, and get some exercise and get some steps in. I thought it was great. I didn't think anything of it with the No Kings. I thought it was great. I drove around Tampa to see that one, that event, because of course I did not fear it at all. and
I thought, did the Latin, did the Gypsy Kings make a comeback? I thought, for a minute there, maybe it was like a protest against them coming back. But
Honestly, I kind of forgot there was even a protest, and then someone made a comment. It wasn't even in my weekly security brief for downtown Tampa, and like we didn't even talk about it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, that's happening this weekend. Yeah, we're fine. And then and that's the funny part about no one cared. Oh, there are big rallies in New York and LA. No shit. It's a blue city.
Right.
What are you gonna do? And then you're gonna have your 20 to 50 people out and about.
So let me break this down this way for you, Anibal.
Yes.
Here in Tampa. When was the No Kings protest?
Was it not this past weekend?
No, I know. I'm leading to something.
Okay.
So
I'm assuming it was Friday.
What day?
I'm assuming Friday, like the day off.
No,
Saturday.
No, it's Friday. No, because Friday was work day.
So Saturday.
Day. So Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Where in Tampa are there the least amount of people on a weekend?
Oh, downtown Tampa.
Now, you would think that if you wanted to get your message out there, you may go towards a more... Kennedy. Oh, absolutely.
Or like
all day
Al
long.
Lopez Park or something.
Yes.
Oh, my God. They would get jacked.
Or by the stadium.
They're not going to do anything like that.
The Cubans do every, once a year. They come out there.
Independence Day and everything else for the Cuban country. Yeah, I see that all the time. But to do it in downtown Tampa was weird because I understand why they're doing it because it's central government, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, but no one's going to see it. It's only people that are going to the rally that are going to see it. And you're like...
Kennedy and West Shore.
They're not going to... We've done it before where we've gone when we were younger, much younger.
Yeah.
Young and with so much willingness to fight for the cause, we would go to those corners and post for our politician or post for the Republican Party with signs and everything. Or you go North Del Mabry after the hump.
Carrollwood.
Carrollwood, because there's a lot of people there, or in South Tampa. Or in Brandon even. I remember going to Brandon before. But now, it's no one does downtown Tampa.
16 Brandon.
So it was a great time for old white people to get out, get some sun, get some exercise, maybe get a Cuban sandwich. Because I didn't see any black people.
After 250 years, I'm just glad that we're reaffirming that we don't want any more kings.
First of all, if we had a king, you wouldn't have been able to protest. That's a whole different conversation. Oh, we're doing this so that we don't have a king. No, we know we don't have a king. No. He was popularly elected, democratically elected.
Right.
So he's not a king.
Well, that's the funny part is that they're basically promoting the most anti-democratic thing out there.
Oh yeah.
And funny enough,
that's what they want.
The ones with means, right? The celebrities and those with means. What country do you think they're moving to?
Oh, I think European countries with a king.
Right.
They're moving to Scandinavian countries because their countries are better. Yeah, right. Because it's all a bunch of white people and they're all homogenized. Yeah. And there's also 300,000 of them.
Well, and they know that they can't go to the Middle East. No. They'll get killed. Asia's not going to take them.
The most hypocritical thing, oxymoron, thing I've ever seen is Queers for Palestine. That is the most oxymoron statement I've ever seen in my life. Because it's like, yo, yeah, you can support them here in the States, but go over there and see how much.
Yeah.
Go see what happens when you go to the middle of Gaza and middle of Tehran and see what happens there.
Yeah.
You won't survive an hour.
No, they give him a nice little necktie. And
You had people trying to get to Gaza from Egypt, and the Egyptians beat the heck out of them and sent them back to their home countries. And they're like, "Why are you beating us?" Because they're like, "Oh, Israel's not going to let you." No, the Egyptians aren't going to let you in.
Right.
Or like the flotillas coming into Gaza. I'm like, you guys are idiots, and you should all be arrested and thrown away and put somewhere else. But I'm like, what are you doing? It's a live military action. Most hypocritical and most like stupid signs ever are those, and it's like it's hilarious, and because they don't know what they're talking about.
Right,
they're young kids that don't know what they're talking about. They're just, and now that Hamas is taking back over Gaza and is shooting people in the streets, like, are you gonna protest for them to keep on doing? Like, what do you want to do? Because that's what they're doing. They're ethnically cleansing people that like supported the peace, and now they're getting killed.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna talk about Israel today.
You wanted to avoid the topic of Israel.
I don't know what the word avoid is the best to describe what I didn't want to do.
I know. It just seemed like 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we appreciate the Democrats,
support,
kind of signing the renewal agreement on No Kings.
I'm good with that. I think it's great.
On our 250th birthday.
Let's go. 250 more.
Yeah, No Kings.
No Kings. They just look stupid. And then they're starting chants.
More Burger Kings. Less No Kings.
You know, I had a Burger King.
Less real Kings.
I went to Burger King today. Actually, I like it better.
The burgers aren't bad.
I like it better than McDonald's. I'm not going to lie.
The burgers are gotten a lot better than McDonald's.
Number two with the Texas bacon in it. Guys, it's rough.
If they could fix their fries, they'd be coming back strong.
I like their fries better than McDonald's. I'm sorry. I agree. Look,
I don't know what kind of crack McDonald's puts in those fries, man. But now, don't get me wrong.
If it takes by the health department,
if you don't eat them first and they've been in your possession longer than 10 minutes,
you got 9 minutes and 30 seconds to eat those fries because they're not going to warm. But even with a fryer,
right,
with one of those things, it's not going to work.
No.
However, the nuggets last forever. And I love
literally, which is quite scary.
And don't get me wrong, I don't know what part of a chicken a nugget comes from, and I'm not going to want to deep interfere in any form into that.
Well, and how is it that all the nuggets are shaped the same? They all have the same shape.
You're asking questions that we don't want to answer.
No, I'm sure we don't.
No, because after a long night of drinking, you want fries and you want chicken nuggets.
Yeah. But I will agree with you. I think Burger King's burgers are solid. Wendy's fell off the minute Dave Thomas died.
Yes.
McDonald's has just been McDonald's. I don't know. It's just there. You know what I mean?
Annoyingly there.
It's
I
just,
don't like it. And they cut breakfast off always half an hour earlier than it needs to be, and it always pisses me off. So the struggle bus is real.
Still solid.
The struggle bus is real.
Yeah.
I want a croissant. They don't do it. I'm sorry, my Parisian in me needs a croissant. I apologize.
I'll tell you, the croissant sandwich at Burger King is amazing.
The croissant sandwich? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, at Burger King.
I don't think I've ever done breakfast at Burger King. No.
Oh my God, they have a ham, egg, and cheese on a croissant, hot.
I'll have to try that.
Oh, so good.
I have to try that.
And the French toast sticks.
Oh, also all this.
The French toast sticks at Burger King.
We're both Hillsborough County. We're both from Tampa. All these new food bloggers that are talking about all these new places. Someone said, a hidden gym in Tampa that's off the beaten trail, La Terracita. And I'm like, La Terracita is off the beaten trail. Have you lost your mind?
I mean, it's literally on maps, on tourist maps.
Oh my God, that pissed me off. I was I was going to comment and everything. What are you talking? You have no idea what you're talking about. And then I'm like, I've already lost interest. But it's you see all these people talking crap.
No, you have all these little places. These little, University of Tampa little teeny boppers, talking about how the best restaurants in Tampa, and they're all in Water Street.
It's so annoying.
Let me tell you, there's not a single restaurant on Water Street that's better than what's out there in Tampa.
That's not true. That's not true.
I know, but I haven't been to any of them.
I know you haven't. That's why I'm not looking at you. I have been to them. There's one or two. One starts with a B that
I'm also not fancy like that. It's just not.
I mean, you have to because you don't wear pants, Jonathan. You can't go to Water Street with shorts on. You can't go to Burns with shorts on. You have to wear pants.
No. Well, Burns I'll go to, but I don't. But I'm talking about the other the foo-foo stuff in Water Street.
I don't know. Yes, that is true. I think we're moving to like a lot of new restaurants are moving in. Everything else. I don't think as many people are eating out as much as they are because the economy is starting to slow down a little bit. There was a whole article about how the brown boxes are starting to not be in demand as much, which is a leading indicator when it comes to recessions.
Well, I moved here because I wanted to avoid all of that. Like that's what was happening in Miami. Like all these fancy restaurants, and where a drink costs $20, and like that's what was happening in Miami 25 years ago.
Yeah, but
that's why I left.
You know how expensive Miami is now?
I know, it's ridiculous.
You can't even park for less than $40.
That's what I'm saying.
And I get pissed off paying $2.99 here in Tampa with a meter when I'm like, this. If I could control the world, Tampa, for one day, I would be like, you have to, if I have to pay for like an extra 10 hours of parking and I'm only there for 30 minutes, I should be allowed to only pay for 30 minutes.
I don't understand.
It's such bull crap that you're being forced to pay so much more money for these things. It's not fair.
And I don't understand, how is it that we fall into this ridiculous cycle where you have a mayor that realizes, if you eliminate the cost of parking in Ybor, it would actually stimulate the economy in Ybor.
Nope.
And we're going to have successful businesses and restaurants.
Nope.
And then somebody else comes in and says, oh, you know what? We should start charging for parking in Ybor. And then they complain about, well, what's happening in Ybor? Why are all the businesses dying? Mm-hmm. Why is everybody suffering in Ybor? Because you're charging for parking.
I'm getting charged $20 for event parking because there happens to be a lightning game happening. Right. And I'm like,
5 miles away.
It's nowhere around here. You're charging me $20 to get to park? This is stupid.
Well, because they figured out that people were parking in Ybor, taking the trolley, which is what the city right. Which is what the city wants you to do.
I am so frustrated when it comes to parking in downtown Tampa, and I get paying to park in downtown Tampa. That makes sense. Businesses, blah, blah, blah. But I'm in Ybor. I want to get ice cream just up the street from 1920, and I'm going to have to pay for 3-hour minimums?
Right.
This is stupid. Just let me pay for what I'm there for. And because technology is so good, my car is probably low jacked, so you can tell when I'm leaving and moving somewhere else, so it's not that expensive. I don't mind.
After 7, I'll even be generous. After 6. After 6, charge. Okay, I get it. All right. You want to make some money, whatever. You want to avoid people parking overnight, that sort of thing. Charge. Go ahead and charge after 6 or 7. But during the day when I'm just trying to grab a bite for lunch, and you're going to add an extra, $5 onto my.
I'd rather just bring my food then,
right.
Which is never going to happen. But
that's to me.
No, I can't cook. I mean, I can make an omelet, but like that's the extent of my cooking. I can make an omelet du fromage.
Your culture has failed you.
I mean, someone joked that I was making rice for an event, and like I laughed because I was like, I've never made rice in my life.
Oh yeah, no, I make good rice.
But I will comment about people's rice making all the time. It's just a thing. I'm sorry.
I make good rice. I make good rice.
I can tell good rice and con and everything else. Well, I think we have run through the topics. It's been fun.
It was good.
We enjoy talking to each other.
It was a bit of a sprint, but we got it all in there.
I'm sweating and everything. I have to take another blue pill. I need to take another antibiotic.
Lauren, he'll be home in about 20 minutes.
No, Lauren's in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, the singing competition.
Yes, I paid the $30 to watch them live, and they're phenomenal. So once we get it, we'll post it and everything else. They do a great.
They eventually posted on YouTube.
Yes, the way I explain it, it's like Bart and Bella's for adults that kept on going, but they're really good at it. And so like, there's like almost 100 of them in the choir. The guy that's running it is amazing. He works for Disney, and so in the voice department, and like they do such a good job. They do a lot of rehearsals. The makeup for the show is like weird, and you know this. Like there's the makeup that you do when you're on stage is different than the normal makeup you do. And so like she's doing a great job, and they won their local, they won their region, and like now they're in the state, and now they're at nationals in Columbus, Ohio, of all places. However, that's technically central for all of the other choirs because they're coming from Europe, they're coming from New Zealand and Australia. So technically, Columbus, Ohio, is the center of the singing competition world at the moment. So it's a really good.
It's really weird, but
it's weird, but there's a really good hotel, so that we were able to figure it out. So I wish I was there, but I got to work, and she's having a phenomenal job. Good luck, honey. I heard your performance earlier today. It was phenomenal, and I can't wait to see them do another performance on Thursday.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm sure they're going to do great.
So what are you up to?
No, man. That's it for today.
Oh, so we have Byron Donnell events coming up in January, in December. So once those things come up, we'll let our people know, and we'll figure out how to get them into the free open spaces, because the ones that are not are super expensive to log into. And then I think, do we know if our buddy Lieutenant Governor has officially jumped into yet or not?
No. Although I saw
we're thinking October 1st.
I saw an interesting picture on Facebook, and it was a former lieutenant governor who was a Tea Party casualty, Mr. Jeff Kotkamp.
Yes.
Remember Jeff Kotkamp?
Yes.
Jeff was in a picture with Jay Collins. And I said, Jeff, don't do it. Don't do it, dude. I could smell the endorsement. He ran for governor and pretty much got run. Yeah, he got killed.
Lieutenant Governor Collins, I love you guys. I love the family, love the kids, love the wife. We are very much supporters of you. We just don't think this is your
It's not the right time.
I don't think it's the right time.
That's all.
I'm going to be honest. There's nothing for me to gain at all. So that's my opinion. And again, I love the family death. They do great work. He does great work for veterans and people that really deserve it. He's very focused on those parts of the population that need to be focused on. But in regards to running for governor now, I'm just not. It's not the time. I think he could take on Kathy Castor, honestly.
I mean, we know that's a topic for. I know.
We fought that.
I mean, maybe now.
I think he can. I think after the cycle that he's done with that wave with the new governor and everything else, I think he could go after Kathy Castor, because she needs to be taken out. Like, honestly, she needs to be taken out.
She does, but unfortunately, again, like, they've just rigged the whole thing for her to stay in office. I mean, they have. That's been the deal.
Oh, eventually we got to talk about the districts 7 and 5. They're coming up for county commissions next cycle. That's going to be interesting, because those are the two seats that Josh Wassel and the other Republican got on the wave of the Republican Party increase, and to see if the local party can translate the increase in voter registration to get them reelected.
Well, we got to work on getting those guys in too. So onto the show here. So
also does great work.
Look, he's done awesome. He's been a huge surprise all the way through, from getting elected to everything he's accomplished
he's great.
on the county commission.
He might be too much of a technocrat, which might be the downfall of him.
It's interesting because, again, like, the way he's managed himself and what he's done, like, doesn't match him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
I mean, he did Doge before they did Doge. So he said that multiple times now, but like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, let's not say that again. Because like, no one understands that enough. Yeah. You're not going to get any more Republicans to vote for you because of it. Right. So again, the goal is to take advantage of the number of registered Republicans in Hillsborough County to get these people reelected. However, we have seen this happen multiple times, where even though we have the upper hand in the election, in the voter numbers, it never pans out. It never pans out for us in Hillsborough County.
So we'll work on getting those candidates in here for you guys. And, of course, if you have any buddy that you'd like to see on the show, please let us know in the comments or send us a DM, and we'll work on that for you. Also, any questions that you may have, whether it's for us or somebody that you'd like to see on the show, send them on over. Speaking of which, I very randomly and surprisingly got to talk to Courtney Burgess. And got a little hello from Mr. Danny Burgess, Florida State Senator from the Zephyr Hills area. So shout out to the Burgesses who are going to be doing Halloween at Disney. And
nice.
So, yeah.
Do you remember when we had to build signs for them back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
We're old.
We've been playing. We were doing manual labor.
Doesn't happen often.
And that wasn't like our nickname either.
Doesn't happen often. As Hispanics, it doesn't happen often.
We were very selective about who we're willing to do manual labor for.
I did it once for strawberries with my parents, and we've had this long conversation that it caused a lot more trauma. It caused trauma for me.
Strawberry picking and apple picking. And
what apple picking?
Remember the whole thing with Joe? By the way, if you're curious what that's about, you can find it on our YouTube channel.
That you need to slice.
That's a great bet. Yeah.
And it's just our looks to him, and he's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
I used to do it. I'm like, that was such a migrant thing for us.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Again, subscribe, like, follow on all of our social media platforms from wherever you may be listening to. This is The Yard Sign. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye. Dun, 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 dun.